Welcome back. We're continuing the news. Jamaicans could see tougher measures in the days ahead if compliance with current COVID-19 protocols does not improve. Prime Minister Andrew Holness gave the hint at a press briefing which is now underway at Jamaica House. Giovanni Dennis has been listening in and now joins us live. Gio, what can you tell us?
Well, Janella, I can tell you that Jamaica recorded an alarming 878 new positive COVID-19 cases on Sunday. Now, it's the first time that the country is topping 800 cases in a single day. The Prime Minister reacted to that news.
This is the third consecutive day of record numbers, with 527 reported on Saturday and 723 reported on Sunday. Our cumulative cases of COVID-19 are now 26,904, and 454 persons have died due to the pandemic. I offer my sincere condolences to all who have lost loved ones.
Now, with this latest record, the Prime Minister said that Jamaica is in the darkest hour of the pandemic, with mounting reports of challenges facing healthcare workers.
I want to pause here to adopt Minister Tufton's new phrase, let that sink in. And without pleasantry, without being amused at the matter, this is very serious. We are now in the danger zone. And what is happening is that by virtue of our past success, by virtue of delaying this point for more than a year since the pandemic, there are those who believe that we have passed the worst. Yes, we are in the darkest hour of the pandemic. And yes, it will pass at some time. But exactly how that happens depends on how you, as an individual, as a citizen, as a worker, as a mother, father, you as the individual, it depends on what you do.
Now, the Prime Minister appeared to criticize the video circulating of a man of an expletive-laden tirade at Helsha Beach by a man against the police on Sunday. Now, he argued that people simply need to be responsible. Now, he hinted that if the numbers don't go down, tougher measures could be implemented.
But if the numbers do not improve, then, as I had said earlier, there are other measures which we will put in place. These measures will have an impact on the economy. It will have even greater impact on your ability to move. It will have even greater impact on your ability to gather.
Now, Janella, the Prime Minister commented on the 50,000 doses of vaccines that we got from the people of India today, and the next steps they have been saying from before that the first doses will be, persons will be inoculated starting Wednesday. So the healthcare workers are the first set of persons to be inoculated this come Wednesday from the batch of vaccines that arrived today from the people of India. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Gio. Now to an issue that was raised at that press conference. The management of Helsha Beach in Portmore St. Catherine is distancing itself from a group of men seen in a social media video blatantly disregarding COVID safety protocols and disrespecting the police in the process. TVJ News understands that the ringleader in the video is now in custody and is to be charged in 2 police divisions for breaches under the Disaster Risk Management Act. Krista Campbell reports.
Meet Stephen Mike Witter. Well, at least that's the name he gave members of the police force who tried to stop him and his companions from using the Helsha Beach in Portmore St. Catherine on Sunday afternoon. Now, all public beaches have been ordered closed until March 22 as part of increased COVID prevention measures. But much like Arnett Gardens resident Dane Mitchell's April 1 video last year, where he insulted the Prime Minister and police, Stephen Mike Witter insisted he was above the clutches of the law.
Not care when I go long, me not afraid. I mean, you couldn't have every bomb where they making in the world. So, me will tell you anything come out of my mouth. If you know where good for you, turn these drive them in the sea, or not drive them about in the business.
Now, Dane Mitchell from last year's viral video eventually reformed his attitude to the COVID restrictions after his arrest. As for Mr. Witter, it's not his first such video mocking the COVID restrictions. Now, the Half Moon Bay Fishermen's Cooperative, which manages Hellshire Beach, says 2 security guards have been hired to screen patrons for COVID compliance and instruct them that they are only allowed on the beach to buy seafood, collect it, and leave right away. But Mr. Witter and his friends, who turned up in a highest minibus and on bikes, weren't having it. They reportedly roughed up the security guard and made their way onto the beach.
We got a report that they are on the seafront, dismantling the barriers that we put in place to prevent patrons from going into the water. So then we realized it's a situation for the police.
Which brings us back to this video making the rounds on social media.
We don't call on the Prime Minister and tell him, say, Mr. Him cannot take me off our private beach. We don't think a fool not deal with. We don't can't deal with poor people. So I am not a poor man. So no boy can tell me nothing.
Things got heated for a brief moment when one of the men got too close to a policeman.
Mind yourself, man. Mind yourself. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't touch here, sir. We're not touching you neither, you know. Don't touch nobody here, sir.
The police left shortly after, but stakeholders at Hellshire Beach, including Portmore Mayor Leon Thomas, are questioning why the police didn't arrest the men right away.
Having discussion with Senior Superintendent Blair this morning, he told me that the gentleman also will be arrested in the St. Andrew North area because he belongs to that area. And he is also going to charged by the Portmore police also.
Krista Campbell, TVJ News.
Now, the man in the viral video breaching COVID protocols and cursing at the police at Hellshire Beach in Portmore, St. Catherine, is now behind bars. The incident played out in front of countless video cameras. It took at least 4 police officers and over a minute for them to put the cuffs on Stephen Mike Witter. He was still hurling insults and threatening the police during his arrest.